invest probably about 150 in student housing, Amsterdam alone. I would do a similar amount in residential, just Amsterdam, and I would probably do another 100 or so, 200 in residential, just Amsterdam. So offices, residential, student housing.
Great.
But I would stick for the moment to Amsterdam because I think there are great opportunities at the moment.
Okay, very good for Amsterdam. Dijk.
For me, residential, from I think 350 million in residential. I also would like to invest something in student housing, but also in healthcare, and also in if you can say, stock picking in retail and offices, because also in this market they are a little bit distressed at the moment. And in our opinion, also in the retail market and in the office market are some sweet spots, and can you get good direct returns.
Okay, good, thank you. Boris.
Of course, I would offer you a really great balanced portfolio. 1/3 healthcare. I agree with Dick, that's a very interesting sector. 1/3 Dutch residential, but maybe not on the best location, but residential offering you a direct return of maybe 5.5%. And of course, 1/3 in our Dutch residential market funds, because that's really offering a high return with a low risk scheme. So that's offering you a really nice balanced portfolio.
Okay, good, thank you. Sascha.
Yeah, we will not go for office or retail anyway.
Can anybody hear Sascha? Is a question. No, I thought not. Let me.
So we would not go for office or retail, not for a single euro. At the moment, we would go to invest 300 million euros in the non-regulated residential part. We would be willing to invest even outside Amsterdam, even outside of the Randstad, because we're facing to take some risks. And the other 200 we will split up in a student living, because we're majority shareholder of the greatest student housing company in Germany already. So we would like to take this into the Dutch market as well. And I do think in general the senior living sector is very interesting, and I would bet the rest of the, what do we have? 100 left. I would take this here.
Well, yes, residential specialists, of course residential, everything that has to do with living, because of fundamentals, care, student, normal, the mid-price segment. But I think there's so much demand, as I hear, and a very less offer. So it should be interesting to invest maybe in plots, grounds, or maybe development companies, because the demand increases a lot and the offer is quite limited. But actually all that has to do with residential.
I would be investing across the whole of the Netherlands. I would be setting up a vehicle that had internal management, so that you could list the entity at some point in the future with a long track record, so that you could take a premium out of the structure somewhere 5 to 7 years out. And I would be investing in very good quality secondary offices and light industrial to a warehouse accommodation. I think logistics are a bit too expensive. And the one thing I wouldn't be doing is borrowing any debt today, because I wouldn't want to get fixed with prepayment penalties, because I think the debt market is going to be so much deeper in 18 months, and I'd borrow at that stage.
Thank you.